Welcome back. What if I told you 2 tiny coins you use every day could make you rich? Most people throw them away or forget about them, but some have rare mistakes that make them worth thousands of dollars. These coins were made by the millions, but only a few have hidden secrets. Keep watching, you might be holding a real treasure right now. Let's start with the first coin in our list. You've seen it many times. You've used it at the store. You may even have one in your pocket right now. But what if I told you, this simple coin could be worth up to $10,000? We're talking about the 1991 D. Washington quarter. Looks normal, right? Just a regular 25-cent coin. But wait, this coin hides a big surprise. Some of them have rare mistakes. And if your coin has one of these mistakes, and it's in good shape, it could be worth huge money. This coin was made at the Denver Mint. That's what the little D under the eagle means. On the front, you'll see George Washington. He's been on the quarter since 1932. On the back, there's a bald eagle with its wings open wide. This design was used until 1999. Now here's the crazy part. In 1991, the Denver Mint made over 630 million of these coins. Yes, 630 million. That's why most people think this coin isn't worth anything special. But a small number have rare errors. That's where the value comes in. Let's start with one of the biggest errors, the double die. This means the coin was stamped more than once by mistake. The words look like they have a shadow or are printed twice. Look at, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or "Quarter Dollar." If the letters look thick or blurry, it might be a double stamp. If you have this error and the coin is in average shape, it could be worth $50 to $100. If your coin looks brand new and shiny, it could sell for even more. Now here comes a funny one, the spitting eagle. Yes, that's really what it's called. A small crack in the coin die makes it look like the eagle is spitting. There's a little line coming out of its beak. It sounds silly, but collectors love it. This error can be worth $65 to $100 or more. Another error to look for is a misaligned die. That means the front and back of the coin are not lined up. One side might look off-center. A small shift is worth maybe $10 to $25, but a big shift can be worth $150 to $200 or even more. The bigger the mistake, the higher the price. There are also other small errors, like a die crack, filled mint mark, or grease strike. These are not as rare but still add some value. You could get $20 to $50 if the coin looks good. But the real money comes when you have a coin with a rare error and it is in perfect condition. Coins are given a grade from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the coin. A coin that is shiny, clean, and never used might get a grade of MS 67 or higher. MS means mint state. This is what collectors really want. Even a regular 1991 D quarter with no errors, if it's MS 67, can sell for $2,500 or more. So imagine this, a coin that has a double stamp and a top grade like MS 67. That's when you get coins selling for up to $10,000. Yes, you heard that right. $10,000 for a quarter. And what's really crazy? It looks just like any other quarter. You could have one in your house right now. In your wallet. In your coin jar. You could have used it to buy gum, and had no idea what you just gave away. So how do you check? Get a magnifying glass or even your phone camera. Look at the letters on the front, are they blurry or doubled? Flip it over and check the eagle's beak, do you see a little line coming out of it? That's the spit line. Now check the edge of the coin, does it look off-center? If you see any of this, and your coin looks shiny and fresh, you might be holding something very special. Go online. Look at pictures. Check websites like eBay or PCGS. If your coin looks like a match, you might want to send it to a grading service. They'll look at your coin and give it an official grade. This can help you sell it for the best price. Now remember, most coins won't be worth thousands. But some are. And they are still out there. People find these in rolls of quarters from the bank, from pocket change, and even old coin jars. It's not just luck, it's about knowing what to look for. So don't ignore your quarters. That 1991 D quarter might not be just 25 cents. It could be a rare error coin. It could be mint state, or both. And if you get both, you've got yourself a coin that could sell for hundreds, thousands, or even $10,000. Check your change. Look twice. Because the next time you see a 1991 D quarter, it might not be pocket change. It might be your lucky day. Now let's talk about the second coin in our list, the 2005 D Buffalo Nickel. This one might shock you. It's just a 5-cent coin. Only 5 cents. But some of these have sold for over $5,000. Yes, really. A nickel worth thousands. It sounds crazy, but it's true. This coin was made in 2005 by the Denver Mint. That's why there's a little D mark on it. On the front, it shows Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president. On the back, there's a buffalo standing on grass. The coin was made to honor the Lewis and Clark journey across America. The U.S. Mint made over 487 million of these coins. That's a huge number. So most of them are very common. Just 5 cents. But here's the fun part. A small number were made with big mistakes. And those mistakes make them very valuable. Let's start with the most famous one. It's called the speared buffalo. What does that mean? On this coin, a sharp line goes through the buffalo's body. It looks like the poor animal has been stabbed. This line was not part of the normal design. It came from a crack in the die that hit the coin during minting. The result? A raised line, right across the buffalo's shoulder. When collectors saw this, they were shocked. It looked wild. Some called it one of the coolest coin errors ever. And that's why it's worth so much. Even a worn one can sell for $100 to $300. But if your coin is in perfect shape, like brand new, it can go for $1,000, $3,000, even $5,000. Yes, a nickel. Another mistake is called a die adjustment strike. This happens when the mint machine doesn't press the coin hard enough. The image comes out soft, weak, or half missing. These coins look strange. And collectors love strange. One of these coins, in great shape, can sell for $800 or more. There's another error called a strike-through. That happens when something like grease, dirt, or even a piece of hair gets between the die and the coin. The image comes out missing or blurry. If you see a coin where parts of the Buffalo or Jefferson's face are faded or not clear, it could be a strike-through. In top condition, these coins can be worth $600 or more. Some nickels have die cracks. That means the die tool had a break or crack while striking coins. This creates raised lines on the coin. They often appear on the buffalo's back or legs. These aren't as valuable as the spear, but they can still go for $50, $100, maybe more if the coin looks mint. Other coins have planchet flaws. That means the blank metal piece used to make the coin had a mistake. Maybe it had a hole, a rough spot, or bad edges. That's not supposed to happen. So again, collectors will pay good money for it. Some coins with these issues have sold for $150 to $300 in high grade. But now here's the important part. The error alone is not what makes the coin worth thousands. It's error plus grade. Coins are graded from 1 to 70. A 1 is super worn out. A 70 is perfect. A coin that looks brand new, with no marks, no scratches, and sharp detail might get a grade of MS65, MS66, or MS67. MS means mint state, which means the coin has never been used. If you find a speared buffalo nickel in MS65, it could be worth $1,000 to $2,500. If it's MS67, it could go for $5,000 or more. That means your small 5-cent coin could be worth more than your rent, your phone, or your computer. And guess what? These coins are still out there. People find them all the time in change, in rolls from the bank, or in old jars in the house. You don't need to be a rich collector or go to an auction. You just have to look closely. So how do you find one? First, grab a magnifier or use your phone's camera and zoom in. Look at the buffalo's body. Check the shoulder area. Do you see a line going through the buffalo? A raised line that doesn't belong. That might be the speared buffalo. Next, check for blurry parts, soft images, or missing details. These might be strike-throughs or light strikes. Look for weird raised lines that seem out of place. Those could be die cracks. Now flip the coin over and check Jefferson's face. Is everything clear? Or are there parts that look faded or weak? Compare your coin to normal ones online. Use sites like PCGS, NGC, or look at auction listings on eBay. If your coin looks like a match, you may want to send it to a grading company. This can cost $20 to $50, depending on the service. But if your coin comes back graded as MS65+, the value can jump big time. You'll also get the coin back in a sealed plastic holder, with a label that shows the grade and error. That makes it much easier to sell and more trusted by buyers. Now remember, not all coins will be winners. Most are just normal. But the rare ones do exist. And people are still finding them every year. Some lucky folks have found speared buffalo nickels just by going through rolls from the bank. Others found them in coin jars, or in boxes of old change. It doesn't take money to find these coins. It just takes a little time, a good eye, and patience. And that's what makes this coin so exciting. It looks normal. It's only 5 cents. But under the right conditions, that tiny coin can be a jackpot. A nickel that sells for the price of a small car. It sounds like a dream, but it's real. So next time you're sorting your change or picking up coins from the floor, don't rush. Don't just throw your nickels into a jar. Take a look. Especially the 2005 D nickels. You might spot something odd. A line, a crack, a weak print. And that odd thing might be your lucky find. Even if you find one coin worth $500, that's already amazing. If it's in mint condition, it might be worth 10 times that. You never know until you check. That's why the 2005 D Buffalo nickel is one of the coolest coins to look for today. It's cheap, it's common, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's rare. Sometimes it's special. And sometimes, it's worth thousands. So keep looking. You don't need a metal detector. You don't need a fancy collection. All you need is a few minutes, a magnifier, and a little luck. Because that plain-looking nickel, it could change your day. Or your week. Or maybe, your life. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Drop a comment. Have you ever found an error coin in your change? See you next time on Rare Coin Vault.